forecheck team, how important are the easy outs for you to get north quick?
Yeah, I think we stay away from the walls. I think our D, we have full confidence in them to skate the puck. So when they can, wheel the net and have our forwards get out of the zone. They're going to send 2 girls every time. If we can get up ice with some odd numbers, that'll be good for us.
Thanks so much for the time. Good luck out there today.
Thank you.
It's time now for the game day rosters presented by Minnesota squad, who's trying to keep things about the same. Michaela Cava, we heard from Ken Klee, has been one of their best players on that top line.
She's been terrific. Taylor Heisey, we know, can break a game open, but to me, a veteran like Kendall Coyne-Schofield is going to be very important today to make sure things stay calm. And speaking of those veterans, number 23 on the left defense, second pairing, Melissa Channel. I think her veteran experience and her simplicity make this a very formidable lineup.
Now we turn to the home team with New York running out this roster for the last time. And they're going with Lindsay Post in between the pipes.
This is going to be a good one to watch. The veteran leadership really wants to give Lindsay Post a chance. She has played for Coach Draper in the past, and she gets her opportunity to spoil potentially Minnesota's season.
In relief of Abigail Levy on Sunday in this building. It was her first appearance in the PWHL, and she was perfect, Dave.
And the coach is familiar with her. Players have trust in her, and that's the important thing. And she gets her first start as a pro. And here we go in a game that means everything to Minnesota.
The puck is down, and here we go. Post behind her net to play that puck early. Michaela Cava cuts it off for Minnesota. New York, such an impressive and resilient win. Sophie Jakes now from up high. That tip just over the cage. And it just shows on any given night, any team in this league can get a victory. Kendall Coyne-Schofield get it. They try the wraparound. Heisey was there. Couldn't get it to go. Some early pressure from Minnesota.
Schofield, I think, has a huge ability to impact this game with her speed, with her hockey IQ, her smarts. She can create a lot of plays out of nothing. Has been a real key component in the advancement of Heisey as a player all year.
Right back to the neutral ice, and now it's Elizabeth Jaguar in for New York. Jaguar cross ice for Rock, and her shot just over the cage and off the end boards.
Love when a player takes the first shot and goal and it's high. Nothing better than putting one right by the ears in the first minute of the game. See if the goalie's awake.
Nicole Hensley getting the start for Minnesota. Ken Klee has used a true tandem approach. Goalie rotation throughout between Hensley and Maddie Rooney, but Rooney got the start on Wednesday in a losing effort against Toronto, and now it's Hensley's cage. Ella Shelton leads the charge now for New York. Hands over to Carpenter. Carpenter off her backhand to Shelton. Lost the handle on the puck. Tried to flip it back for Peyton Levis, but it comes all the way back into the New York zone.
Good play by Shelton coming up ice. She used a little deception. Bought herself some time in the middle of the ice, and Shelton has been really creative over the last few games.
Here's LaBelle streaking down the near side with speed, centers. Cross ice right in front of Peyton Levis. Tried 2 shots, both of them turned aside by Hensley.
Cole Hensley with a couple of good saves. And talking to Ken Klee throughout the entire course of the season, he's been really impressed with how well that she has held up with some of the big stops that she has made, keeps rebounds in front of her. New York grabs a line with some speed. Good center ice kick out, dead angle shot to see if they can throw something off the goalie in front of the net, get a couple of good kicks out of it. New York's been good in the crease last couple of games.
Yes, they have. Shot from distance blocked on the way. Lee Shepard's there to disrupt that pass.
Coach Howie Draper of New York in their final game of the season talked to us a little bit before the game about how the season's evolved, and especially some of the players, and he's been really happy about how some of the understudies on this team, some of the names that aren't as big, have made such tremendous strides. Kayla Vespa, he mentioned, and he really talked about the nurturing nature of Emma Woods and her ability to help develop players from the mental standpoint adapting to pro hockey.
Yeah, he called out Woods and Kayla Vespa as 2 players that just seem to make their line mates better no matter where you slot them in the lineup. Here comes Liz Shepard in with speed, takes a shot, and it just went wide. Downey Landry, Kayla Vespa with her. Vespa flings it in off her backhand and gives chase. And that shot, Saulnier couldn't quite get a handle on it. They go, they score! Jamie Bourbonnais picked up the loose
we're starting to run out of things to say about Jamie Bourbonnais, but once again, it's Savannah Norcross who makes a huge play along the wall to get this whole thing started, almost like a screen check. And she scared her opponent into turning over the puck without having to make big contact, and Bourbonnais up top is able to find the seam. New York gets a puck into a good spot. Norcross, who helped create the third goal, the game winner, the other night against Ottawa with a good cycle and a good grind, does it again. And New York above the puck on a good low-high play. Bourbonnais finds the twine.
Jamie Bourbonnais with her 4th of the season. And a great start for New York early. Coyne Schofield had it taken away. Brooke Hobson. Now Bourbonnais sends it ahead for Chloe Erard. Cut off at the center ice. Taylor Heisey gets it back. Jakes tries to play it deep. Heisey holds his own for Minnesota, but it comes out now, and Jakes will have to set things up once more at center ice. Heisey carries in. Cava back for Steckline, and her shot right on, gobbled up by post.
So New York scores. Minnesota puts his big line right back out there to get things going. A shot that was fanned on, and Bourbonnais was able to take the pass and throw it to the front of the net real quick. But it all started with really good down-low work by Norcross, and that line for the last couple of games, Vespa, Saulnier, Norcross, has really generated a lot below the hash marks and below the goal line.
That so-called 4th line for New York. Howie Draper has rewarded their hard work with some extra minutes, and they've certainly taken advantage. They jam away along the boards. Puck comes loose. Krzyzova out to the point for Sophie Jakes. Grace Zumwinkle checks behind her, looking for help along the boards. Krzyzova's there, but the puck comes out to neutral ice. Steckline racing ahead to pick it up. Steckline fighting off Jaguar.
And this is where I thought New York was really good against Ottawa. Ottawa with a good start, a couple of good chances off the rush early, and then New York started to pin their ears behind, against the back of their heads real quick as their forecheck established.
Kelly Panik, a shot that just went to the side of the net. Picked up by New York. Jaguar goes cross ice for Zandy Hart. Zandy Hart joining the rush. Centering pass to Bourbonnais, and a glove save by Hensley.
Well, now his team is down 1-0. There's the head coach of Minnesota, Ken Klee, who coached the U.S. national women's team through a couple of world championships. And he talked to us early in the game about the fatigue factor over the course of a long season. He said a lot of these players have played more games this season and more hard games this season than they ever have, even the veterans.
Zandy Hart sends a shot. New York player is down on the ice. It's Downey Landry. Looked like she took a shot to the back. No call. Here comes Minnesota. Bourbonnais catching up to it in the corner. Melissa Channel sends it deep for Minnesota. Back out it comes.
No player in the league, in my opinion, as a defender, makes more safe, smart, simple plays that matter than Melissa Channel.
Wow. High praise.
You watch her play, nothing high frills, right? Nothing flashy, nothing that makes your eyeballs pop out of your head and say, holy smokes. But when you go back and watch on the films, all you see is good headman passes, or a puck into space, or a puck out of trouble, or a quick carry back to buy a little bit more room. It's just a safe, efficient, smart game, and you need those defenders.
Channel originally drafted by Toronto, and they put her on waivers, and Minnesota happily picked her up. Now a big part of this D-core. Budarak sends it back for Greco. She'll play it in for Minnesota. But it's icing, and Minnesota, you mentioned the fatigue factor, and Ken Klee said specifically mental fatigue, right? I mean, sure, there's a lot of girls on this team who are also part of Team USA, were very busy during what was otherwise an international break. It wasn't a break for them, but mentally, the toll of this lengthy season, not to mention the fact that they're on now a 4-game skid since that international break.
And it's amazing how heavy legs can get, A, when you're losing, and B, when you're behind in a game.
All 4 of those losses have come in regulation, and a couple of those were heartbreakers. You remember Hannah Brandt scoring with 2 seconds left in the 3rd period for Boston to give them the regulation win. And so here today is the 5th straight opportunity for Minnesota to clinch a playoff spot with a single point.
And trust me, the conversation in the dressing room was, let's go out and lose in overtime just to get the point. Right? I mean, this team wants a win in the worst way.
Berard has no stick. Kick saved by Post. Berard still without a stick. Sophie Jakes tries a shot that goes wide. Heisey back up high for Jakes. Jakes again, right on for Post. Rebound comes out. Kick save, Post. New York goalie looking strong early in her first professional Women's Hockey League start. That shot from distance goes wide of the cage.
All right, we are in. New York City got a goal.
Winds up and fires. Hit a body in front. Looked like it was Bourbonnais who blocked that laser from Heisey, and she's skating off in some discomfort.
Sure she is.
I wouldn't want to be on the other side of a Taylor Heisey shot, and Heisey, by the way, just went hard into the boards and is shaken up.
Slapped both knees right in the end boards.
Minnesota, Carpenter, miss wide. Heisey skates to the bench in obvious discomfort. We'll certainly keep an eye on her.
Bourbonnais takes one, Heisey takes a fall, 2 key players.
Here's Zumwinkle, has Kelly Panic streaking toward the net. Zumwinkle takes a shot, saved by Post.
There's that power forward we talked about.
Zumwinkle spins off, great centering pass, and Post is there again. Some nastiness happening between Ella.
A little bit of frustration there at the end of the play there. A little bit of a bang up, whereas one play will definitely see the player heading into the boards with both knees forward, bruising into the kneecaps and pain, I'm sure. Heading into a commercial break, tonight's game very important to Minnesota. Minnesota hoping to qualify for the playoffs up against Boston for the last spot. So New York already officially eliminated, gives them a run for their money with an early goal in the first period. Thank you for tuning in. New York, Howie Draper, manning the bench as the head coach, has the first draft pick, being the getting these points already secured. So New York will get the first draft pick in June when the draft happens in Minnesota. So welcome to the game today, everyone. We've got an exciting day before the Leafs play Boston tonight, which should be interesting for sure. Toronto Maple Leafs playing for their continuation in the playoffs tonight. So a doubleheader today, so to speak. The women first and men. Of course, chivalry is not dead. Ice time earned. PWHL on a Saturday. Thanks for listening. Please comment or call in. The number is on your screen so you can call in and multitask as well. Feel free to pick up a broom, a dust brush, clean the top of the baseboards, or perhaps mute this and call a friend. Personality of these players really showing up on the ice for both sides. We'll tune into our fabulous commentators here.
Here at UBS Arena for the final time this season, Minnesota wins the face-off, and Grace Zumwinkle has it behind the net. Goes low to high, a step line. Tried to get a tip. Krzova's tip goes wide. New York was eliminated last Sunday, but still playing for pride and future jobs, certainly. Zumwinkle cuts off the pass, and it's a 3-on-2 for Minnesota. Zumwinkle over to Panic. Panic takes a shot, fought off by Post.
The one thing Ken Klee wants is when there's a grade A opportunity or even a good B opportunity, take it. Don't worry about the pass. Take the shots, create some rebounds, go to the front of the net. It is amazing the high percentage of goals that get scored in this league on rebounds.
Downey Landry streaking down the near side. She had a goal. In fact, it was her goal that sparked the offensive outburst from New York on Tuesday. In with speed comes Sophia Cunnin. Makes a move to keep it alive. Fighting off a check from Ella Shelton. Low to high once more as Greco slides it across for Flaherty. Loose puck picked up momentarily by Fleming, but Brooke Hobson was there to sort it out for New York.
Big part of Minnesota's offense being able to go low to high, utilize their points, who can really shoot the puck well. And you can see in the first 10 minutes, New York making a very concerted effort to defend from the inside and be in shot lanes.
Here's Norcross in with speed, has Saulnier with her. Saulnier from the slot, had it taken away by Cunnin. Norcross gets it back. Norcross. They ring it around the boards for Kayla Vespa at the side of the net. And a clear for Minnesota. They'll come all the way down the ice and go for icing.
Icing's the call. Icing's the call. Here we go. Today, Montreal and Boston, Ottawa, Toronto at the Songus Center, 3:30 p.m. And tomorrow, Ottawa, Toronto to close out the regular season. The regular season ending tomorrow, 7 p.m., Ottawa at Toronto.
Today, those two teams battle for the last spot.
Shot from Ella Shelton, just wide off the end boards. Hensley hangs on. Jesse Eldridge was there to...
Newark again, Newark, where the New Jersey Devils play. Looks like a nice crowd. I mean, it's a Saturday afternoon. They'll slowly getting into the routine of the game and getting a feel for each other. Ken Klee mentioned, the announcer mentioning Coach Ken Klee from Minnesota saying, take the shot. Don't worry about the pass. Take the shot.
Shows the parity that exists in this league. The first best on best women's hockey league of its kind. And we are so excited to welcome the inaugural playoffs in just a few days. Here's Jesse Eldridge, centering pass. Couldn't connect. Ella Shelton picks up the loose puck. She scores!
All right, there's another goal for New York City. They're going to make Minnesota work for it. Congratulations, players.
She has been red hot, and it's 2-0 New York.
Eldridge gets a puck down the wall. She tries to create in front. Nothing really happened. Then Shelton just waited for a shot lane in traffic as Eldridge goes to the front of the net. And Eldridge has been really good in investing in front, taking away goalies' eyes. Hensley, for a second, was wondering if there was going to be a potential review for a high stick. I know the officials are talking about it now because you saw her try to mention or try to wave for it. But Shelton did a really nice job of just waiting until the lane opened up and Eldridge was able to create the screen. And that, to me, was the key to the play. Eldridge made her pass left to right and then went right to the front of the net, standing there instead of admiring her play. She went to make a second play and was very effective in creating a screen in front. And now we will potentially get this taken a look at. Now remember, for the goal to count, if it hit a stick in front, the stick has to be underneath the crossbar.
Did it hit the stick in front, though? I thought it was Shelton's goal. I don't know. It's tough to tell. It looked like it went just under the stick of Jesse Eldridge.
And part of it is where and how does the puck enter the net? If the puck is still on an upward trajectory, you obviously know it didn't hit anything on the way. Or it didn't hit anything higher than the crossbar.
Did it look like it went through clean to you?
That was a hard angle because you had a lot of black in that picture, so it was really hard to pick up where the puck was.
I mean, Shelton led the line rush, which usually, means that she was the goal scorer.
Let's see what we got here. Let's see if you can pick up any. You can't
Not
pick up
from that angle.
Yeah, you can't pick up where, nor can you pick up if the trajectory of the puck, where the puck was still rising or if it was coming down from something higher. What the referees, the officials are going to determine here is this. Did the puck hit a stick on the way in? If it did it hit New York's stick?
Right.
And was New York's stick above the crossbar? That's the rule for goals. Now, normally above the shoulders is the rule on a regular high stick that would blow a play dead. But for a good goal to be scored.
See, I don't think it hit the stick on that look.
And like I said, I think it's hard to tell.
And the stick that's down was a Minnesota player's stick right there. Eldridge's stick is in the air, you see?
Right, and there's Woods' stick that I was also looking for too. I don't think it's Eldridge. Let's see if we can get something here. What a job by Scheller just to get away from the long stick, throw it to the front.
I think it went too clean.
And we are waiting the call from, well, the officials will make the call. The call is coming from Toronto, where they're discussing it. And let's see what we're going to get here. I think it's good. We're going to see what we got here. It's good.
It is a good goal. Ella Shelton will get credit for her 7th of the season, 2nd straight game with a goal, and she had 3 points in Tuesday's 4-3 win.
And right now, if you're Minnesota and you're the Minnesota coaching staff, here's what you're looking at. You're chasing a game down 2-0 in a game that you really need against a team that's playing with nothing to lose. They can play as open and free and loose as they want to. And that is a dangerous combination to stare into when you need to win a game.
Minnesota wins the draw at center ice.